Do you believe that getting rid of fantasizing or lust is possible? Well, probably just like me, you believe that it's just hardwired into us. How can you even get rid of it? That's impossible. But the truth is that you can actually get rid of this. In this video, I'm gonna go over the exact process I used on me and on coaching hundreds of guys to get completely free from this so you can do the same. Hey, if you want to quit porn, masturbation, and lust so that you can become the man who gets closer to God, builds a successful business or career, and gets married, then just click the first link in the description for more info. So what is the exact process? Well, there's a three-step process that you can apply. But before I get into it, just a few years ago, I was trying to crack the code, okay? And I tried everything. I tried reading the books like easy peasy. I tried to go and just have more willpower, keep myself more busy. I just have a purpose and mission, and it never worked. And I realized that most of these quote-unquote techniques and methods are just based on people's own personal experience rather than objective evidence or objective morality, right? Faith, God, right? The truth, essentially. So I had to crack the code. I studied for so long, right? Over the past few years, and I managed to crack the code. And this is the exact process that I applied with students such as Lee, such as other ones that you see in my videos really overcome this once and for all. So step one, fill your ears, your heart, and your eyes with something better. Here's the thing, probably right now, your heart is affected by your intention to constantly want to have sex, or maybe in your mind, you value woman slash intercourse slash lust too much, which corrupts your heart. And then your ears are affected by the music you listen to that talks about sex in that specific way. And your eyes are probably focused on something like social media where you constantly get bombarded with content that has a sexual connotation to it. So of course, the more time you spend focusing on something, the more you'll think about that thing, right? And that's what you've been doing for the past few years. So what do you want to do? Start simple. Start actually reducing the content, reducing the videos, the music, the social media you consume, and remove those things slowly from your life and replace them with something better. And why would that work? As simple as it sounds, is because once you feed yourself more information with things that are objectively, morally better, what happens is you're going to be more convinced of those things, of following those things, of pursuing those things. And as a byproduct, you're going to think more about these good things rather than these evil things. This is what makes someone either extremely distant from God to extremely close to God. Step two, understand why you lust. See, most people don't even know that they're actually trying to get something outside of lust that is not even about intercourse, not even about sex. Fantasizing doesn't even happen to you, it happens because of you. It doesn't happen because of your hormones, it doesn't happen because you don't have a wife. It happens because you decide to engage in it for specific reasons, which we're going to uncover right now. And that means that you can actually change it. I'll give you 3 common reasons as to why people fantasize. And these are unconscious reasons that you can easily get rid of. First thing, you probably fantasize about sex because you want to prove to yourself that you are a man, that you have testosterone, that you have a strong libido, because you've been told for the past few years that a man that constantly think about sex and that has high testosterone and high libido is like a high value man, quote unquote. So what happens is you tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna fantasize about sex to see if I still have the libido, they still have the testosterone within me. And so it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy of you activating your own sexual drive so that you can prove to yourself that you still have it. Now, second thing, we have this misconception that if you don't think about sex, then you won't be motivated to work hard or to work hard so that you can attract a woman in your life. Because naturally talking, when you think about something, let's say you think about making money, then it's going to slightly motivate you to work towards making money, right? But the truth is, you don't necessarily need to think about sex in order to be motivated to work hard or to work hard for the sake of attracting a woman. You can actually just do what's required in order to work hard as well as what's going to attract a woman. And there are way better ways to motivate yourself that will actually work not just in the short term, but in the long term. For example, if you simply have a vision and you look at it and you look at the meaning behind your vision, meaning where you want to be in life, that's enough to motivate you 100 times more. If you have something that's more meaningful, such as trying to help someone, trying to do something for the sake of God, you're going to see your level of motivation is going to be way higher than just thinking of women and having sex because you're not having it right now. So that it motivates you to work towards that. Now, the third thing, we believe that fantasizing is one of the best or only ways to feel good or feel pleasure in the moment being. So what happens instead is you just daydream, right? If I were to daydream about my childhood, right, I would get the same exact feeling. I would escape the present moment, whatever is happening in my life. And this is the problem again. There's other things that you can think about that will make you feel way better. And most of the time, you're just trying to run away from something, which means you're looking for an escape. And trust me, if you're constantly escaping life, life will at one point be very, very hard for you. Whilst on the other side, if you were to actually face life, life will be way easier, more enjoyable, more meaningful. And there's much more reasons as to why we lust. So I actually made a free guide where I go over what's the exact process that you can use to find out about the specific reasons for your own situation, as well as how to tackle them. Go to the second link in the description to get access to that guide for free. Now, step 3, ask yourself, what do you want to think about instead? Look, fantasizing has probably been a part of your life for a very long time, to the point where thinking about sex is probably one of the dominant thoughts in your life. And as I just explained, we think about sex in order to feel better, in order to escape life, in order to escape pain, because we want to feel pleasure. We want to feel like we're having intimacy. We want to feel like a man. We want to feel motivation. So what can you think about that will actually motivate you, that will make you feel better, make you feel more like a man, and maybe even use as an escape? Personally, what I suggest is first and foremost to remember God more, right? To think more about God. This is one of the cheat codes of life. Other things you can do, which I've done personally, is, for example, to think about meaningful goals, deep, meaningful goals that I want to achieve. Sometimes it's reflecting on my own journey, seeing where I was, thinking about my childhood, reflecting on things that matters to me. Or if I want to get more playful and feel more emotions in that moment being, then maybe I'll think about, for example, me achieving something which I want to achieve, which I haven't achieved yet. Maybe that's marriage. Maybe that's a business goal. Maybe that's you helping someone that you appreciate. And trust me, these emotions will be way stronger and will motivate you way more than thinking about sex. Because at the end of the day, sex is something which, when you think about too much, it actually removes that motivation for life. It makes you feel worse. You realize you just wasted a lot of mental energy for basically no reason. So choose carefully. Now look, this process works, but be careful, because a lot of people make this one mistake which they interpret as failure, when in reality it's a good sign. And that is what we call habitual thoughts. Habitual thoughts are also called flashbacks. They are random thoughts that just come to you randomly without you wanting to, just because it has been a part of your life in the past. So for example, you might think about something that disgusts you randomly, but the thing is, it doesn't mean, and it won't compel you to go and lust, to go and fantasize, to go and watch porn, for example. But they have no power over you, so you don't have to even worry about it. And hey, if you want to really learn how to quit porn, masturbation, and lust within the next 60 to 90 days, I have a few spots open for my one-on-one coaching, where you can learn directly from me and get coached by me in real time, as well as get constant guidance, support, and access to me, so that you can ask any questions and really get to freedom as soon as possible. So instead of taking 2 years to learn how to quit porn, you only take a few weeks. And that's through the coaching that my students that you've seen in my other videos, like Cyrus, George, Julio, Joey, David, and much more, used in order to become free forever as well. And that allowed some of them to pursue business and become successful, like Raul, who literally retired his mom out of building a successful business after quitting porn. Or George, who has been able to soon get married and soon start a family. Or Joey, who went from having no confidence to having a lot of confidence, becoming an entirely new man within a few weeks. So if you want to know more, then go to the first link in the description and I'll see you there. If you struggle with masturbation specifically, then watch this video.